Of course, the game will decide the conference title and a trip to the playoffs. Linfield is 8-0. Last week they held Whitworth to minus 14 yards rushing.
We started out improving very well. Then we hit about a 3-game streak in there where we just were kind of flat. We played very well last week against Whitworth, and I don't think that there's going to be any problem with our kids being ready to play. You know, the mental factors.
Watt is riding on the outcome. In other words, a conference title and a berth in the national playoffs. Here's Mike Ross.
Senior quarterback Randy Mueller has never experienced the pressure of a PLU game. He missed all of last year with a leg injury. Healthy again, he's thrown for more than 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns.
This would be the end of, I guess, a Cinderella story. You know, it'd be great coming back after not playing last year, sitting out all year, and coming back and having an undefeated season this year. That would mean the whole world to us as a whole team.
The problem was him laying out a whole year and whether he was going to be sharp. And he came back and has done, you know, very well and has been very alert and sharp on our offense.
The offensive line has protected Randy to the hilt, allowing but 4 sacks. They're ready for a rematch.
Last year they had an All-American defensive lineman that we keyed on pretty much, but this year they have a younger defense, and we feel that we can handle them up front. So
defensively, the Wildcats have been especially tough against the run, giving up an average 65 yards a game.
We've given up a little bit of yardage against the pass, and against the PLU ball club, they throw very well, and probably that may be their...
Wildcat scores in the first half. Linfield defense shuts out PLU for the half, 13-0 Linfield. The clincher comes early in the fourth quarter. Linfield quarterback Randy Mueller breaks loose on a 45-yard touchdown run. Final Linfield.
7 early in the first quarter. Gordon Smith intercepted for Linfield to set up the Wildcats' first score. Kyle Tarpening kicked a 19-yard field goal, and the Cats were on top 3-0. Pacific Lutheran made a crucial mistake on the ensuing kickoff. The Lutes tried to reverse, but coughed up the football. The Wildcats recovered deep in PLU territory. The turnover was costly because 2 plays later, the Wildcats took it in for the score. Dan Crowell went 3 yards, and it's 10-0. A 24-yard field goal by Tarpening ended the first half and gave Linfield a 13-0 lead at halftime. The Wildcats kept it going in the third quarter. Gordon Smith again intercepted for the Wildcats deep in PLU territory. Again, it led to a quick Linfield score. 2 plays after the interception, Tim Necrelli ran 3 yards for a touchdown, making it 20-0 Wildcats. Necrelli rushed for 95 yards in the game. The Lutes got on the board early in the fourth quarter. Jeff Rohr on 4th and goal from the 1. It's 20-7. But quarterback Randy Mueller faked a handoff, rolled to his left, and ran 45 yards for a game-clinching touchdown as Linfield won the Northwest Conference Championship with a 27-7 victory over PLU. Here's Mueller about his touchdown.
We got outside. We knew we could get outside the end, and we were planning on a good fake. The tailback made a great fake on the play, and a couple great blocks downfield, and it just sprung the play, and just the way we mapped it up on paper.
That I think our defense played excellent, and I think our...
Just after Linfield kicked the first quarter field goal to take the early lead, the Cats got a big break. PLU fumbled the ensuing kickoff. Linfield recovered. A couple plays down the road, Dan Kroll bowled over for the score, and Linfield was up 10-0. The Cats increased the lead to 13-0 just before halftime. In the third quarter, another crucial turnover. Linfield's John Grimm picked off a PLU pass and set up the Wildcats' third touchdown to make it 20-zip. PLU came back with a touchdown of its own to cut the lead to 20-7, but then Linfield quarterback Randy Mueller took matters into his own hands, busting loose on a 45-yard touchdown run that iced it. Linfield cruised, and the Cats are looking forward to the national playoffs.
I guess I'd be very disappointed if we didn't get into the playoffs with the way this went.
College of Pennsylvania. Now, the Cats are looking a national title square in the eye. A lot of their opponents, though, have not been exactly happy about their field. They say that's not a field, it's simply an arena for mud wrestling. But that doesn't bother Linfield one bit as they prepare for round 2. Ed Whalen has the story.
Did you read that Cal Lutheran's coach is upset because his team had to play in the mud? Cal Lutheran is near Los Angeles, and the fellows down there are not used to playing in mud. After Linfield won, Cal Lutheran's coach complained like a little boy forced into his first dance. Deplorable, whined Robert Shoup, claiming his team is 2 touchdowns better than Linfield on, quote, any day on any field other than Linfield's. Most of the Wildcats think the remarks are another example of a bunch of Southern Californians bellyaching because they aren't used to mud. Of course, Linfield's great and classy coach, Ad Rutschman, was not that blunt.
It is kind of funny to see those Southern California guys come up here in this mud and try to play, isn't it?
that was probably a new experience for them. Although I understand that they had a lot of rain down there the week before. Anyway, one of the people that I was talking to this morning said that they had practiced in the rain the whole week before.
Now Linfield's high-powered offense and mean man defense takes on Westminster College from Pennsylvania. Like the Cal Lutheran game, it will be played at Linfield, probably in the mud. But don't look for the guys from Pennsylvania to complain. People back there are used to dirty hard work in the cold and mud, and their kids try and play football like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I do know that his program is probably the second winningest program in the nation in the last 10 years.
Linfield will rest this weekend and play Westminster December 4th. It will be tough, but the Wildcats should post another win, probably in the mud. Ed Whalen, News.
They host to Westminster of Pennsylvania. The winner advances to the NAIA Division II National Championship game. Linfield College, McMinnville, Oregon. A small college, about 1,000 enrollment. A college recognized nationwide because of academics and athletics. This time of year, it's football. The Wildcats are fighting for their first ever national championship.
Our community has rallied tremendously, behind us. Our student body is excited.
Coach Ad Rutschman, never before has his football team won a national championship at Linfield.
We've been so doggone close. We lost 28-29 one year in the semifinals and 23-24, I think it was, in another year. And we've been very close, and it would be awful nice to just put one together once.
All that's needed to put it together are 2 victories, but it's not going to be easy. Saturday's semifinal opponent, Westminster, has won 3 national championships in 12 years.
Impressed with them in their balance. They throw the ball well. They run the ball well. Play very good defense.
A major topic of conversation concerning Saturday's game is the playing surface here at Linfield. 2 weeks ago when Cal Lutheran was in town, it turned into a quagmire. And this week, it could be the same.
Well, I think our field has recovered, but right now it's soggy. There's no sense of kidding ourselves. But if we get 2 decent days, I think our field will be firm. And so it just depends upon the weather.
So the stage is set. A victory Saturday would make Linfield the winningest NAIA Division II football team in the country for the past decade. Right now, they're second to guess who? Saturday's opponent, Westminster.
I feel good about our plan right now. I feel good about the attitude of our kids, and overall, I think that we're capable of winning the ball game. I think that we have to perform, and we can't make the mistake.
Saturday, they entertain Westminster College of Pennsylvania.
The Wildcats have had 2 weeks to prepare for Saturday's semifinal game, and this will be a battle of 2 of the winningest teams in NAIA Division II play. In fact, over the last 10 years, these 2 teams go 1-2 in winning percentage. Westminster, with back-to-back national titles in the mid-70s, has a slight edge over number 2 Linfield. Both teams are similar. Both teams are well coached, so the difference may be the home field advantage. And muddy Maxwell Field may decide the winner.
Weather conditions, I think, could play a part in that. They're a very balanced ball club as far as running and passing. We're a very balanced ball club. And, I think that if the weather conditions enable us to throw and enable them to throw, I think you'll see probably a balanced attack. If it doesn't, then I think we're going to have to just play the game and use what we can use.
The Wildcats are rated number 2 nationally, Westminster number 6. But the Wildcats have played very well at home against top 10 teams like Cal Lutheran and PLU. But the Wildcats say they can't afford to think about the past. They're only 1 victory away from the national championship game.
Our attitude is very good. There's no sense of satisfaction at all. We want to go all the way. We're not satisfied with how far we have come. We're happy with how far we've come, and if we were, this would be it, we'd be happy, but we're not satisfied, and we feel that, there's really nothing that can stop us.
In the NAIA semifinals. So the Wildcats will host the national championship game next Saturday. Quarterback Randy Mueller ran for 2 touchdowns and then heaved this 49-yard bomb to Lance Lope. Linfield will play William Jr.
NAIA Division II National Championship game. The big daddy of small college football, Ed Whalen, tells you all about it.
For a while, the Linfield Wildcats were as nervous as chimpanzees. But when it was over, Westminster and White cried the blues like Gate-Mouth Brown. All right, here's what went down. First quarter, Westminster's Tim Kaiser is gone. The extra point was no good. Add a field goal, and the Pennsylvania school is up 9-0. But then, the pride of Oregon College football comes back. Watch the block by number 69, center Andy Hansen. Boom! That's all quarterback Randy Mueller needed. Now, 9-7, Westminster. And then, Linfield's mean man, linebacker Gary Swanson from Forest Grove ties it. That's a safety, partners. 9 for everybody, early second quarter. And then, at 6:01 before the half, 4th and goal. Linfield's Dino Japaya puts the Wildcats ahead for good, 16-9 Linfield. Plenty of bodacious stuff in the second half, but none better than this, the old wingback option. It was 3rd and 18, partners. Coach Ruxpin called it. Howard Hines threw it. Steve Hogue caught it. The final, Linfield 37, Westminster 9.
It's a dream come true. That's what I've been waiting for all my life. Something like this, going all the way to the national championship.
Next Saturday, Linfield plays for all the marbles against Missouri.
Today in the semifinals, Linfield beat Westminster of Pennsylvania 37-9. Westminster took advantage of 2 Linfield fumbles to grab a 9-0 lead early in the game, but the Wildcats came back. With 2.5 minutes left in the opening period, quarterback Randy Mueller faked a handoff, rolled to his right, and went down the sideline 49 yards for a touchdown. That made it 9-7, a big play for Linfield. Mueller was named the offensive player of the game. After a safety tied the score, the Wildcats went in front. A touchdown by Dino Gapaya gave Linfield a 16-9 lead at the half. A pair of third-period touchdowns put the game out of reach. Wingback Howard Hines threw a 68-yard TD pass to Steve Hogue, and the Wildcats went on to defeat Westminster 37-9. Linfield will play William.
Linfield is the lighthouse in Oregon's dark and stormy sea of college football. Led by the amazing Ad Rutschman, the Wildcats are undefeated with 11 wins. They stomped Pennsylvania's Westminster College 37-9 yesterday. Next Saturday at McMinnville High School, Linfield plays for the national
game after taking care of Westminster 37-9 Saturday in the semifinals. It was an outcome most people didn't expect. First of all, a Westminster team coming out so strong, they dominated the first 7 minutes. The result, 9 quick points against a Linfield defense that prides itself on giving up absolutely nothing. But then all of a sudden the game turns around and it never comes back to Westminster. Linfield absolutely blows the visiting team away, scoring 37 unanswered points. 6 come on this 50-yard run by quarterback Randy Mueller. Nobody expected a lopsided match, but it was. Linfield simply did everything right, and Westminster didn't have a chance.
Did you expect a 28-point difference? No, not at all. They're a tough ball club. In fact, they're a better team than 37-9. What it ended up, I think they had a few things go wrong, and they all compounded on them, and before they knew it, they were down too far.
After giving up those 9 quick points, the Linfield defense buckled down and absolutely shut the door on Westminster. Since it was a semifinal game, you expected a comeback of some sort, but it never came. As a result, the Wildcats are in their first national championship game under Coach Ad Rutschman.
First day of daily doubles, did you ever expect you'd be in this position right now?
No, I didn't. About the middle of the season, we thought we may have a chance, but this is like a dream for all of us.
Their final game of the year comes Saturday against William Jewell College of Missouri at McMinnville High School. The winner will be the NAIA Division II National. Here on Channel 2, we will televise live the game between Linfield and William Jewell Saturday at 12:30. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Bill Johnson of KXL Radio will provide color.
For the national championship of the NAIA. Now, Channel 2 will broadcast the game live beginning at 12:25. To set the stage for us, Steve Wick.
The Wildcats read the words every day at practice. The answer is positive.
I think we're a little bit better, definitely more confident.
You can't help but improve with a coach like Ad Rutschman.
Linfield is peaking at just the right time. Last week's semifinal win over Westminster was perhaps their most impressive win this season. 37-9 the final, one of 7 come-from-behind wins. It's been an amazing season. Linfield fans are used to winning football. There may have been more talented teams in the past, but this group has come the farthest of all.
They just seem to get the job done when it comes down time to perform. They get the job done.
We always find a way to put it together, you know.
Halfway through the season, we knew that we could